Welcome in, y'all. We're gonna get started in just a few minutes. So make yourself comfortable. Make sure you're in a quiet spot in the house, hopefully. All right, everybody. Welcome to your 4 p.m. cheer class. I'm Todd, and yeah, welcome to class. This is going to be, as the name implies, a really chill class. We're going to be mostly grounded, seated, kneeling, all easy postures. If you have a blanket or blocks or a strap, feel free to use those along. Not necessary for practice though. And when you're ready, let's make our way flat onto the back in a Supta Baddha Konasana. Start right here, flat on the back, soles of the feet together. And then just rest your hands just right at the center, the sternum, chest, one on top of the other. Close the eyes. Feel length through your spine. Feel the sacrum and the sits bones relax down into the floor. Start to get into your breath. Take a big inhale through the nose. And exhale, side out. Empty out. Gentle, audible. And again, big inhale through the nose. And exhale. Release. One more, take a big inhale. And exhale, release it out. Start to draw your knees together, hug the knees in towards your chest. Find a little rock, side to side. Keep just a light engagement of the inner thighs towards one another. Keep a slight hug of your navel down towards your spine. Feel your tailbone lengthening. Feel the crown of your head reaching long back behind you. Create a lot of space in the low back. Really take some time here to massage into the width, the low back. Just feel those little points of pressure that feel nice, and let that be one of the intentions for your class today or your practice, is to just find what feels nice what feels good in the body. Put your palms on top of the knees, and then start to find these little circles, using the hands and elbows to pull the knees in, and gently push them away, bending and extending into the elbows. Stirring in one direction for now. Stay soft through the belly. Find just a little hollow point of the navel hugging down in the spine. Then we'll circle in the other direction. Take the time to space out, find a little bit more surface area, and that space between the bottom of the sacrum, top of the lumbar, between that and the tailbone. Start to extend now your heels up to the sky, flex your toes down towards you, reach your arms back behind you, palms turned up to the ceiling, pull your belly in, take a big inhale, maybe lift the tailbone off the floor, exhale, lower back down. Inhale, pull the belly in, bring the toes back behind you, exhale, lower down. If that's not happening, don't worry about it, just the intention. Inhale, pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, exhale, roll it down, bring your heels down to the floor. Arms down by your sides, windshield wiper the knees, side to side. And as you do this, think of your inner thigh, the top of the leg, pressing down, flex into your toes to get a little bit more engagement through the obliques, the sides of the abs. Just finding more rotation too through our hips, opening into the psoas. Good. Now, I want you to think as you windshield, knees stay to the left, start to bring your left heel off the floor, flexing the toes, then bring it over to the other side on the right. Right heel comes up, draw your left knee down, and then over to the other side. Adding a little more engagement, press the back knee down as you lift, scoop your other heel up towards the ceiling. Knees to the left, left heel up, right knee down, knees to the right. Left knee, inner knee presses down, right heel high. Then let's stay over here on the left. Bring the left foot on top of the right thigh. Hand come down on top of the left or right thigh. Reach and gaze out towards the right. Keep a little flex through top foot. Still protect the knee. Release top foot. Knees up to the ceiling, knees over to the right. Place your right heel on top of the left thigh, just on the meaty part right above the knee. Right hand on right or left thigh. Reach, gaze out towards the left. Keep flexing through the right side of the toes, back towards your shin. Feel the space out the left hip, the lumbar. Good. Gently lift the heel, bring both knees back to the ceiling. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Wrap your arms now around the shins. Pull your chest up towards top of the knees. Pull your ribs in towards the thighs. Find a little squeeze. You might draw your crown forehead in towards the knees. Start to find a little rock forward, back. If that feels a little too tense, just come back. Here, more surface area back on the floor. We'll just come up into a seat. From our seat, we'll come out into wide legs. Wide legs. And then let's bring both hands over the right thigh. I'll mirror you. Square the hips and shoulders over the thigh. Flex your right side of toes. Inhale the spine. And exhale, gently melt down. Pull the belly down. Roll the back, round the back. Chin to the chest. Forehead might drop down to the knee. Then curl back up. Inhale. Exhale, roll belly, chest, forehead. Chin, chest, curl it back up. Inhale. Lift through the crown. Chin, exhale, belly, chest, forehead. Belly. Bring it back up. Other side, hands square over to the left. Inhale. Find length through the spine. Exhale, pour the belly down. You can soften into the knees too. Also might intensify the stress or stretch a little bit more as well. Engage a little more. The hamstrings. Inhale. Bring yourself back high. Tall spine. Exhale, pour the belly, then chest, then forehead now. Back up, inhale, lengthen, exhale, roll it down. And back up through center square, back to the front, tented onto the fingers. Inhale, tall spine flexor, glutes, tailbone back behind you like in cow pose. And then start to round, tuck the tailbone, chin in towards the chest. Walk the hands forward, inhale, find cow pose, tilt the tailbone high, exhale round, walk the hands back, chin in towards the chest, belly hugging it. Walk the hands forward, inhale, lengthen. You can always bring the feet a little more narrow, bend the knees, if that helps. And then start to find a neutral. Bring the fingertips back behind you. Tented fingertips, pull the shoulders back, push your hips forward. You might space the legs out a little bit more. Don't go too far. Just find a little sensation through the inner groin. Hug the belly slightly in. Find just a gentle bend in the knees, and then gently start to windshield wiper the feet side to side. You might feel one glute come up off the floor. That's totally fine here. Should feel pretty nice. Similar to a move we do sometimes in frog pose. Just a little different, less gravity pulling down on you from this position. Okay. And start to bring the right foot in towards the left inner thigh. Square down through the sits bones, bring your right palm down by your side. We're gonna roll up into a stargazer, roll onto your right shin, drag left bicep over the ear. Push the right hip forward, squeeze into the glutes. Press that left heel down. You can also go toes up if that feels like. Spiral the right tricep. Draw the belly in. Keep extending the hips forward, squeeze the glutes. Keep tucking the tailbone. And lower, back down. Okay, we'll do that again. Inhale, scoop up, reach up, hips forward. Exhale, lower down. This time, walk your hands to the right foot or calf or shin, wherever you are. And then we'll pull it right back, right hand down, inhale. Exhale, lower, hand to the foot. Again, inhale, spiral. And if this is feeling like a lot on the wrists, you can always tent onto the fingers, hands to the left foot. You can always bring the hand to a block if you have a block. And last one, let's stay right here over the left leg. Inhale, lift up, halfway square up the shoulders, pull the tailbone back. Exhale, round in. Inhale, lift up again. And now see about here, maybe lowering first onto the forearms, and then draw head to knee. You might find have an easier time of making that connection, that pathway. Just stay for 3 deep breaths. Take a big inhale, puff up through the upper back, low belly, low back, exhale. Give it out of the belly, low back, inhale, puff up, exhale, release, one more, inhale, exhale, release. Then make your way back upright. We'll extend right leg long. Then we'll bring the left foot in. Bring the left hand by left side, mirroring you. Roll onto your left shin. Inhale, hips forward, bicep over ear. Taking that bend of the left arm, spiral the tricep, push down through the inner edge of the left hand, top of the knuckles. Draw the navel in, squeeze through your glutes, find the engagement. No, it's chill class, but it's good to find a little bit of activity in the beginning, some engagement before we get deeper into our more static holds, grounded holds. Make your way down on the floor. And we'll swipe up again. Inhale, right bicep careens forward and then over the ear. Exhale, lower this time, hands over to the right foot. Making that connection, bring left hand back to the floor. Inhale, scoop up. Forward, exhale, lower down, hands to the foot. Bring it up, and if you have a blanket or need to pad up your mat for your knee, feel free to do so. Here, I should have said that. The other side, let's get one more. Inhale. Hopefully, you're feeling, okay? Bring it down, Janu, Svirasrasana, stretch. Inhale, lift halfway up. Lengthen the spine, push the chest forward. Exhale, bring it in. And inhale, lift up halfway. And then maybe before lowering down, you think about trying to bring the forearms down. Maybe that happens or it doesn't. But then from there, forehead to knee, you just feel a little more manageable. Just a different way to think about coming into it. Let's take 3 more rounds of breath. Big inhale, puff up the back. Exhale, and a little release. Again, big inhale. Maybe that horse exhale, fluttering the lips. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Make your way back up. Bring the soles of your feet together now. Scoop the hands underneath the pinky toes. Push the soles of your feet together. That'll help to drag the knees closer to the floor. Open up through the hips. Inhale. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, push the chest out forward. Might stay here. Start to reach the arms forward if that feels good for you. If you have a block, you can place it between the forehead and your feet. Forehead and the floor on any setting. Shouldn't be heavy into the chest. Keep finding that push, soles of the feet together. That might feel a little challenging, but it might also feel like a nice, different opening that you might not be used to. And let's release. Good. From here, let's make our way onto the belly. Come into Sphinx pose. Bring the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Hands flat down. And then here we're going to find some engagement. So bring the feet together, inner thighs together. Squeeze through your glutes, hug the shoulders back. Press down through the elbows, pull the elbows back to the hips, and the hips slightly up to the elbows. Lengthen through the collarbones, look straight ahead. Squeeze into the glutes, squeeze into the backs of the legs. Sphinx poses. It's meant to be a really engaging pose. If you want a little bit more, start to lengthen the arms, hover the elbows off the mat. Keep squeezing through the glutes. Gaze can be forward. You can draw it up if that feels nice. And stay. One more deep breath. And soften forearms down. The hands slide under the shoulders. And reach your left arm out wide to a T. Bend your right knee. Kick your heel up to the ceiling. Then roll onto your left side. Spill the right heel to the floor. Right knee points up like an arrow to the ceiling. We'll stay here for a few deep breaths. You can lengthen the right arm to the ceiling. Or find a little vine back behind you. Also, if it feels okay within reach, you can reach the right hand, the right ankle, find a little quad stretch. Flexing the right toes, draw the heel in. And hand lower. Back down onto the belly. Reach the right arm out wide. Bend your left knee, kick your heel to the ceiling. And roll over, stomp your heel to the ground. Start to situate yourself on this side. Feel your right shoulder head digging just a little into the floor. It's nice, gives a nice little massage for the top of the shoulder. You can stay tenting onto your left fingers or just come more flat onto your chest if this is a lot on the shoulder. Extend your arm to the sky or line it behind you. That quad stretch up nice. Reach the left hand for your left ankle. Squeeze into the left glute, flex your left set of toes.
Extend your hips forward. Feel that through the front of the left hip and quad. Running down. Let the breath be gentle, soft, and release back down to the belly. Hands underneath the elbows, hug the elbows in, tuck your toes. From the toes and knees, inhale, push up. Exhale, back into child's pose, untuck the toes. Forehead down to the floor, reach your hands back towards the bottoms of the feet. Lightly pull yourself in. Forehead straight on the floor in a comfortable position. Pull the lower ribs. With the breath, push them down into the upper thighs. Keep that connection. Not too strenuous, but just a little pull. Start to release your hands back forward. Walk your hands back towards the knees. Make your way up into a kneeling seat. Madrasana. Let the heels hips melt back onto the heels. If you have a block and this is feeling just a little uncomfortable for the ankles or knees, just bring a block in between your ankles, something to sit down upon. Bring the hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Just about through middle of our practice. Maybe start to find an intention. If you didn't at the beginning of class, you always have to find it at the beginning, but at some point, just realize what brought you to your mat today and just hone into your awareness. Stay tall through the crown of the head. And we'll release hands down. And slightly, hands by your side on an inhale. Draw your hips forward, reach your arms to the ceiling. And then lightly step the right foot forward, hands onto your right thigh. Make sure there's a good amount of space. You can see all 5 of your right toes slightly off to the right. Start pushing your hips down and forward. Now, take this as relaxed as feels good today. Just wanted to feel a little sensation through the front part of the hip, getting into the psoas. Keep it mostly grounded. And we'll make our way into a half splits. Just keeping the left knee right underneath the left hip, flexing the right toes. Soften the belly down. Keep flexing through the right leg, right toes high. Keep with the breath. Start to bend into the right knee. Frame the right foot. Walk the hands now over to the left. Lift up through the back foot toes. Wide-legged forward folds. A little bit of pivoting on the feet here. Then you can find a little bend through the knees. Let the upper body be heavy. Now we're keeping it mostly grounded. On our feet won't come up to stand or anything. Just be heavy. Feels good to ground through the feet too. And a little sway side to side, bend into one knee and the other. Keep on with the breath. And just allow this to feel nice, If you have the space and want to clasp the forearms, get a little heavier, sway side to side. Or if you're really close to the floor, you can walk those hands back behind the feet. The head be heavy, let some weight come forward into the toes. Feel more and more space. Be creative with your breath. Each exhale, just getting a little heavier. And a low back release. Bring the hands back under the shoulders. We'll make our way back. The top of the mat. Set the left knee down. Tall torso. We'll come into a side bend. Bring your right forearm onto your right thigh. And start to reach your left arm up and over, hugging the left shoulder back. This is a side bend, also gentle twist as we slice the forearm, right forearm into our right under thigh, hug the left shoulder back. And meet it back down to the floor. Good hands to the floor. Your way, we'll step the right foot back, knees together. Sit the hips back onto the heels. Arms by your side. Let's step the left foot forward. Bring the hands onto the left thigh. You might step the left toes a bit more forward and out to the left. It just creates more of a width, more space. We can get into the right hip. Just find a gentle flex to the right glute. Keep an engagement. Gets the most out of the stretch. Try to stay square through the hips. Bring your hands down to the floor. We'll come down into our half splits. Flex the left toes, push the tailbone back, round through the back spine, chin to chest. Flex your left toes, flex your left quad. And breathe. Breathe into the hamstring. One more deep breath. Breathe in into the left knee. Put the hands forward. Walk the hands to the right. Pivot the back knee, toes off the floor for wide-legged. Forward folds. Relax. Upper body. Like if you can bring the forearms down to the floor, that feels nice. Or on top of blocks. Just feels like a nice place to rest. Bend into the knee. Sway side to side. Also might feel nice here to find that little cat-cow through the back, sending the tailbone up to the sky, and tucking and rounding through the tailbone. Just feel out into the space in the hips, in the lower back. What feels good for you today? Be intuitive. Keep breathing as we stay in this upside down position. Let's make our way back to the top, stay low, lower the right knee, come back up, tall through the spine, bring your left forearm to your left thigh, and like a little rainbow arc, pour the right arm, bicep over the right ear, hug the left big toe down, keep hugging the inner thighs together. Back down to the floor. Lightly step left foot back to our kneeling seat. And from here, we'll take a seat back flat into the floor. Lower down flat onto the back. And bring the feet, soles of the feet together, knees wide, back in our Supta Baddha Konasana. Start to find a flex through your glute muscles. Hands can be by your side or on the inner thighs. So squeeze through the glutes, press the soles of the feet together, draw the knees down, maybe lift your seat off the floor, butt off the floor, and lower back down. Pull the knees together, hug the knees into the chest. Lengthen the tailbone forward. And then again, heels to the floor, open up, Supta Konasana. Find that squeeze through the glutes, press the soles of the feet together, lift, hips, open, squeeze, breathe, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, lower the back down, knees together, hug the knees, into the chest length, and the tailbone forward, flex your toes, send your legs up to the sky, flex your toes down towards you. Bend the knees, we'll go one more. Heels to the floor, open the knees, Supta Konasana, squeeze the glutes, draw the hips up off the floor, butt off the floor, if that feels nice, maybe a little higher. Open up through the chest, wingspan, press soles of the feet together, squeeze, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release, knees together, pull the knees into the chest, lengthen the low back onto the floor. Extend your legs up to the sky, then open the legs out wide, grab for the backs of the legs, flex into your toes. Nice little hamstring, inner thigh stretch. Mix the toes to the shin. Also just feels nice, spacious, opening. And then we'll come into happy baby. Bring hands to right here. If this feels nice right here, hands on the shin. If you're tight through the hips, go there. You might work your way up the legs. Go to the soles of the feet or grab for the yogi toe lock on the toes. Draw your navel down. Draw the knees down. Extend through the legs. Bend through the knees. And try to draw the soles of the feet back together. That feels nice. Go wide with the legs. And bring soles of the feet back together. You do this with hands or no hands. Here at the back of the legs. Bring the knees into the chest. And extend your left leg out long. Start to walk up the shin. Draw your right rib cage into the right thigh. Try to hug and marry the two together. Then roll flat onto the back. Try to keep the connection. Thigh to your rib cage. Find a little rock side to side. Kick through the left heel, toes to the ceiling. Supine twist. Send your knee, leg over to the right. Lengthen the right arm. Bump your left hip underneath the right. If it feels okay here, bend into your left knee. Reach the right hand. For the left foot, you might need to come up a little bit higher to get there. Maybe even up onto the forearm to get there. Only go there if it feels good. Don't overexert. And then draw the left heel in towards the right. Press the right knee down. Pull the navel in. Take a big inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Turn, twist, gaze towards the right. And release the back foot. Draw the right knee back over the hip. Hug it in. Then we'll bring left knee and extend. Right leg out long. Walk up the shin. Pull the ribs to try to touch the thigh. That doesn't have to touch. Just the intention of bringing them closer. And then keeping that connection. Roll the spine down. Feel that on the front of the hip if you're tight there. Little rock side to side. Just gain a little bit more. Then take your knee over to the left. Reach. Gaze out towards the right. Bump your right hip under the left. Find a little settling point. And if it feels okay on this side, bend into your right knee. Left hand for the right foot. So might not have the reach. You can Come up onto the forearm to find that grab. Pull it in. Draw the left hip slightly forward. Pull heel towards glute. Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, turn, twist, gaze left. Just careful not to go too far here. Feel the sensation and stay in the spot you can nurture. Good. And release left knee. Then go over the hip. Hug both knees into the chest. And from here, we'll rock into a plow pose. Plow pose is in your practice. Just feel free to stay here in a happy baby. Otherwise, bring the feet back behind you. Toes can touch the floor, maybe not. Maybe they just hover up above. That's fine too. Sure you got enough space between the chin and chest. And bend the knees. Roll your way down. Flat onto the back. Reach your legs out wide to the corners of the mat. Flip your palms up to the sky. Close your eyes. Start to feel your whole body relax. Just from the crown of your head, melting down into the shoulders, down into the elbows, to the wrists, the hands, back into the chest, abdomen, hips, thighs, into the knees, shins and ankles, tops and bottoms of the feet, all 10 toes. Then going just a little deeper, continue to relax through the body, ease into the breath. Start to grow heavier, heavier and heavier, allowing the mind to be still and calm, easy and cool. Release all effort. Release any tension. The back of the body might be holding on to the floor. Just imagine a violet light pouring down into the crown of your head, flowing into your body, starting to light the body up. Feel yourself becoming lighter and lighter. So easy and calm with the breath. Start to come home to the nature of you and your being, which is whole, timeless, eternal, infinite. The wellstream of strength, power, and love within you runs deep to your core, deep into your being. Know this to be the truth about yourself. Feeling the body grow heavier and heavier. Sink down into ease, rest. Feeling more of this violet light grow a little brighter within you. Feel your body now coming a little lighter. And easing back into the floor. Allow yourself to drift off into a rest, rebuilding your physical body as you rest deep within, seeing the truth of you, whole and infinite, eternal. Shavasana. And feel free to continue resting here in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Thank you for showing up and sharing your practice today. Hopefully feeling good in the body and the mind. From my heart to yours, I bow. Namaste.